570 EFI. Unfortunately, I didn't clean it for you guys, so don't be haters. Alright, so I've had this thing almost 2 years now. So this was the first year they came out with the 570. Did have some recall on it, which they had an issue with it. It puts off a lot of heat. That 570 ProStar engine, wow, it's a beast, but it gets hot. So I took it in because my front differential seal was leaking, and they fixed it under warranty, and while they had it in there, they went ahead and took care of the recall. This thing is riding on 27-inch ITP Mudlight XTRs, and they're radials, and then it's got the Polaris 6er aluminum wheels on it. I just recently put in an Oxford 12-inch LED light, and I had to make a little light bar for it. I mean, I didn't, at the time, I didn't have the money to go out and spend $200 for a brush guard for this thing. So what I figured out was, I don't know if you can see it, but this little hole back here, it ends up being 3/4 inch square, and that's where you got some body bolts to hold the plastic on. So I just took some 3/4 inch square tubing, 3.5 inch 1/4 by 20 bolt, and I ran it through the tube, and then just a piece of 1.25 inch angle, and then I kind of dressed it up. I put a 3/8 bar across the front, 5/16 in the back to hold this thing on. But it's pretty stout. It's not going to go anywhere. I got a KFI Stealth 3,500 pound winch with the synthetic cable, and I just broke the winch cable last week, but fortunately, since it's synthetic, you can splice it back together. I don't know if some of you guys have had any problem with your throttle, your thumb throttle, but like Polaris is known to do, it's plastic and it broke. And of all times to break, it broke when I was getting ready to plow snow last winter. So I ended up finding, at that time, all they had was a Polaris replacement, and they wanted $90. You had to buy this whole assembly just to replace this, which is kind of stupid when this thing just, one little screw and this whole thing pops out. It's plastic. I think Polaris could have just been selling those for a few bucks and make everybody happy. But anyway, since then I just found a guy on YouTube, told me how to fix it with JB Weld. It worked great until I was out riding in the heat, and that it just broke again. So I found a billet aluminum one online. I don't remember the name of the company, CISO, something like that, but he's selling these for $75. They're billet aluminum. I ended up getting it on sale, so with 10% off and free shipping, so I got it for like $65, and I had it here in like 3 days. They were really fast shipping. This thing's a beast. I mean, I've got another video on YouTube. I just had a quick one day of me out in a mud hole. Hopefully tomorrow I'm going to go back to that mud hole, and it'll probably be full of water, because we've got a lot of rain here in Kansas here in July, which is really ridiculous. I've done the headlight mod on this thing to where when you hit it on high, all 3 lights stay on. I did it both ways. I started out using the diode method, and then the more I read about it, I really didn't like the outcome of what could happen with the heat generated from that. So I just went ahead and swapped it over to the relay style, and it's done great. I'll try to get in the evening and do a review just on that aux beam light, because that thing is bright. My backyard's about 150 feet long, and it'll light up the whole backyard. So I'm really impressed with that. And I got it on eBay. I got the 12-inch bar and then two 4-inch pods, and the wiring harness for is like $55 or something like that. But these things got a lot. You know, it's got the storage up front here, and I've got a load of crap. You know, I make sure I carry a bow saw, a pair of limb loppers, and a hatchet, and they have definitely came in handy before. You know, I've got an extra piece of 50-foot piece of synthetic recovery line over there, snatch blocks, clevises, all that. I put my remote to my winch underneath here, you know, so it keeps it out of the weather. You know, if you need it, you got to pop it up anyway to get all your recovery stuff out, so it's right there. You know, I keep the winch remote in there too. So one other thing I did that's nice about Polaris is underneath this, there's a panel right here, and underneath here they've got a accessory rail. So you can hook, like me, I've got my winch hooked up to it, my headlight mod, I put it on there, my auxiliary light up front, and then I even went as far as I bought a battery tender for my CFR 250. And when you buy a battery tender, it comes with the little eyelets and then the alligator clips. So I just took the alligator clip side off, put eyelets on, and I wired it right into that accessory bar too. So now I've got a battery tender hook up on the 4-wheel. So anyway, you know, I hope this was helpful for somebody. I mean, these things are a beast. It's just full out acceleration. The only downside to the tires are these are a mud tire. If you're running on hard pack, I wouldn't recommend them because they are really squirrely on gravel roads. You know, because there's not a lot of tread contact with the ground. But when you're off road out in the woods, you know, flying through fields and all that like I do, they're awesome. But I will tell you by experience, when you get stuck, you are stuck. So anyway, that's a short little review. Got any questions, just leave it in the comment bar. Thanks again.